This video will give you a high-level overview of the LMN workflow for maintenance jobs. LMN has two general job types: one-time jobs and recurring jobs. Both workflows are similar, but recurring work, also known as service or maintenance, has more to consider when it comes to billing and scheduling. So let's see how this looks from start to finish. It all starts with a lead. Any and all client info and communication should be tracked in the CRM. And ideally, your clients use the customer portal to request, review, and pay for your service. Requests from your portal appear here in the To-Dos and Request section. This client is a property manager that we do a lot of work for, and I see he's requesting a maintenance quote for a new property. Let's assign an estimator and send it to their calendar. Then I'll let the client know that we're working on their request. Now, it's over to my estimator.
Hey, I'm the estimator. I'll give this client a call to be sure about the details.
Hello?
Hi, Mark. I'm calling to discuss a quote for your new property.
Why, yes. I'm looking to have it maintained, just like you do with my other properties.
Sounds good. I'll check it out, take some measurements, and publish the estimate to the portal for your review.
I look forward to it.
I've started by adding this new address to Mark's CRM profile. I'm even able to take measurements from the office with the Measure Site tool and store them in the CRM. After that, I can build out the estimate. I could add line items one by one, but using a template is best. Here, knowing he wants the same services as his other properties, I'll copy one of those estimates and adjust the numbers to this job. Looks like he needs mowing, fertilization, and beds maintenance. Now I'll use the site measurements I just took with the production rate calculator to figure out the quantities for each line item.
It's worth mentioning that each of my services can be billed differently. In LMN, service jobs may be billed per visit, hourly, or seasonally. These can be included on the same estimate and invoiced separately.
Once the proposal is all laid out, I'll create a contract. This is important for seasonal work. I'll then publish it to the customer portal.
Customers can approve, reject, or even comment on estimates in the customer portal. But once it's approved, you can turn that estimate into a job and schedule it. You'll be notified once customers have signed off on an estimate, and that's your go-ahead to create the job. You'll be prompted to import the services from the estimate when you do this. Each service will become a task for crews to clock into using the Crew app on the job. Then create visits using schedule templates and matching the tasks to the services. This will let the system know how often a service should be performed, or if the service needs to be waitlisted, like seasonal cleanups or fertilizer applications. When it comes to scheduling maintenance work, it will depend on the service. Services like mowing are very predictable and will be worked into the weekly schedule. You can use the whiteboard to review and optimize crews' routes so they complete all of their maintenance jobs in a logical order. For tasks that are more flexible, like fertilization or spring cleanups, you can waitlist them to be ready to schedule later. Now that the job is on schedule, your crews are able to complete the work. Using the Crew app, your maintenance crew has their schedule and mowing route laid out for them, as well as the job and task information they need.
Hey, it's your crew lead. I've just arrived here on the job site, so I'll mark that I've started my visit. This is our first time here, but thankfully, I've got the Crew app to keep me on track. I've got my tasks laid out for me to complete, or mark as skipped if I'm not able to do them. I see task notes pop up before I clock into the task, and I see here the office would like before and after pictures. So I'll take those before I get started.
As a new maintenance job is worked into your crew's route, it's also worked into the office's daily workflow of reviewing work, generating invoices, and keeping up to date on timesheet approvals and customer payments. Timesheet info, crew notes, and photos can be found in the Jobs tab. These photos and visits can also be shared on the customer portal for the client to see. The billing schedule you set up earlier will be put into action for invoicing, and you can complete them in bulk and send them directly to the customer portal, where customers are able to pay with their card on file. That's the maintenance workflow from start to finish. There's more to it than that, but that's all for now. Hopefully this gives you some context as you explore the software yourself. And don't forget to check out the Help and Resource tab for detailed walkthroughs, articles, and support.